Okay, so this was the thing that was up for Ghostwire Tokyo, which will be coming out in a few days. So we're going to check this out. Wait, is this not? Is this not a video? Or is this not a game? Oh, I gotta fix that. Casefile is one word. Oops. Okay, language, English, normal. Select circle. Let's turn. You know what? I'm gonna leave it all the same. Oh, there is no talking for this. Okay, Rinko. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. I wish there was talking. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How's a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Vanishing, 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 bathroom vanishing. I cannot pronounce this first two. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled I don't want to butcher that. The Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog in the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and a son left behind like two molded cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt, as if on cue the rain started pouring down heavier and heavier. It fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime, a group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. Okay. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled Oh! Wait, hold on. Oh, Okay, hold on. Let me speed through this one and go back to the next one. Okay. I didn't know I actually gotta select them. Okay. Now we'll do this one. Okay, those are the only three. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called Another Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from... I don't want to butcher that. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. It wasn't until I met them and until my encounter that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out, being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster talk taking the form of the woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag. Found the missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. I looked at them. Oh, so I only gotta read two? In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone called KK, had been looking into monsters in this part of town, a believer just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert in all things paranormal. Is there seriously no way to turn on talking? Is it under voice? Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having poured over every story post and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm going to ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Ghostwire Tokyo. Okay. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Oh, it's a chick. Rinko. Oh, so it's Rinko. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I am not good and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend, Suzuki. Ringo sits up in her chair. She zeroed in on one of a dozen monitors from across a makeshift computer command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data files across the screen, seemingly too much, charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow, through all of these screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytic approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say but holds it back. Technology is easy. People are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan, vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate, though I speak purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time. Huh, Ed? Okay. Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is, want me to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously, you still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all of her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we've got our own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. Okay, that was a lot. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. That silently breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. Phone ones, peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice, quiet lunch. Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. That's why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Ha, you know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. Huh, the day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. Oh, damn. If you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomenon we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so whoa. Hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it fast, though. I need to talk to one of you about something. Oh, I can pick. Ooh. What's it about, though? He was saying Rinko's. Damn. Hey, Rinko. Let me guess. Pissed I interrupted your Press of Solitary Soba Time guy? Irked, not pissed. I was almost done. God forbid the report of a vengeful spirit abducting children interrupt the same bowl of noodles you've had 1,000 times. Not much left in this world I love. When I think of something else, I'll tell you. You wouldn't have a chance to add to that list if we don't figure this out. We both know how powerful the forces we're dealing with really are. We have to keep pulling these threads until we've unraveled the whole damn thing. No thread is too small. I guess I can't argue with that. I know I can rely on you. It might be the only thing I know for certain. Now go prove how smart I am, dumbass. It's the job I was born to do. Okay, that is a lot of fucking reading. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. Oh, what have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding, despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to the scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK, maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees the social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, KK. But I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigator, kid? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing, I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sozuki disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota mentions the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back towards the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid, then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened, the moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and then went. Alright, KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going down in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Call the kid's bluff. Press for more info. Let's go for more info. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't it happen to anyone else around here? But it did happen to my best friend. Suzuki's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone has been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Suzuki. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore, just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of these cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Suzuki's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where the Suzuki pals of yours disappeared. Ryoka perks up. So you're gonna look into it. I'm here, aren't I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. Let's go with him. Ed, you find anything in those files of yours while I was talking to this kid? Unfortunately, I've only done a limited amount of my own research into this legend before being pulled away by other tasks. That said, I've been quite eager to continue it. Ed, spit it out. What do you know? Of course, it's still just a theory. While he was speaking, Ed queued up another file on his audio recorder. He lets it do the talking from here on out. While installing some ethereal energy monitoring hardware that I decided to place throughout the city, I've become aware of micropulses within Tokyo's electrical grid that are only recognizable within distant frequencies. It is my belief that these frequencies are tied to spiritual resonance, a byproduct of vanishing experiments. My intention is to continue monitoring these pulses via the mobile lab with the hope of ultimately detecting a source location. So far, signs point to the Shibuya district, but I've been unable to produce more specific results. It's as if the source is continually moving, relocating perhaps to avoid the exact type of precision detection that I seek to achieve. A moving target, huh? Hell, if you were trying to move quickly through the city undetected, you could do worse than sewers. Oh, that's true. Well, Ed, time to test this theory of yours. Ryota, it's time to find Suzuki. Oh, jeez. And this isn't just a bunch of fucking reading, is it? Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slows but deliberately reaches his hands out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving, like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Oh, that's cool. What do I do? Oh. Okay. A strange trail floats into view as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eyeline down the alley but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it to take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're going to find your friend and get you back to your life. Hmm. KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether. As KK looks at the room, oh god, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even farther. That is trippy. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. That'd be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stage of affinity? I can't even pronounce that. From thin air like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Okay, why did it just split? What? I'm so confused. Mr. KK? Are you okay? Huh? Sorry, kid, my mind can be a little hard to control. He just kind of stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. A report on Rico's computer setup flashes on the screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear, spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing it until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Relax. Ed's research has already prepared me. I'm ready. I appreciate the vote of confidence on behalf of my work, but that research was actually quite limited. It was more of a brief overview, in fact. I want to call it actionable intelligence, so to speak. It was a very informative overview. I doubt I could be any more ready than I am right now. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think it's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. How do you know who you're supposed to pick? Let's go with Ringo. Fair? What about anything that happened to us is fair? This job that no one asked us to do, but we all know we can't escape. You're damn right it happened to us, not just you. I had to throw myself into the fire even though I knew I'd get burned. Hurt like hell, but it saved both our lives. Couldn't forget that day if I wanted to. There's no way of knowing what would have happened if you didn't. If you didn't, just because you got hurt doesn't mean that was the only option. You're right that I didn't agree with you then, and I don't agree with you now either. But I also know that you're just doing what you feel you must. I hate that I admire you for that sometimes. This team means everything to me, Rinko. It's all I've got, and I'm going to protect it. Trust me. I'm trying. Maybe make it easier next time. Talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. The attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realized that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Okay. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures to some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Who is him? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretches his hand out towards the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping's not an option, not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko could say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Is he the ghost dude from the game? KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Suzuki? KK looks around again and finding nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. Spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. Jibakure? According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down here? Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters, as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious, ether or maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here specifically at this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid playing around, just having fun, alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So just being neighborly, huh? Yes, no, not making friend, protecting, but he wasn't. It wasn't a kid though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died, but this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster. Okay. The specter points downwards. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the specter nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me. Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe, monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client service. Who are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighs, a long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. I kind of want to choose Erica, but I'm going to choose Rinko. You, Rinko, there's nobody I trust more. The way you've looked after Erica, you've got away with young people. I just don't. Talk some sense into this kid. Make him give me the space I need to get the job done. Put him on. Ryota holds KK's phone to his ear, happy to make another new friend. Yes, Miss Ghost Hunter? No, Ryota, this is Rinko. I'm the one who first read your message about your friend Suzuki. We're going to find him. You just have to trust us and listen to us. We also need your help. Will you help us? We need a new deputy for our paranormal investigation force. A deputy? Like a real deputy? Yes. Perfect. You're now our official task force lookout. It's a tough job, and not just anyone can do it, but I believe in you. I'm sending an alert to your smartphone right now. Every 5 minutes, send me a message, and tell me what you see, even if it's just normal stuff. I will do my best. But you need to stay right where you are. If you go anywhere that wouldn't be good task force lookout work. In that case, I would be forced to demote you to a lower position, and you have no idea the kind of paperwork that would create. You can count on me, Wrinkle. KK watches as Ryota smiles and hands the phone back to him. Then the kid puts on a tough deputy face and begins to survey the entrance to the alley. Are we good? He's on lookout duty. That should keep him busy for a while, but you'd better proceed with caution. We are on our way. You're the best. Tell me something I don't already know. Now to get down there and find your pal Suzuki. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya sewers. The farther he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Ugh. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kiguri only increases. There's definitely something here. If there's this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... Oh, what? Whoa. Hold X and trace the shape to clear the sewer of corruption. Okay. Did I do it? Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. Wait, what? I didn't even do it! That's better, minus the stink. With the Kiguri now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Suzuki, is that you? The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey, you kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out. The teeny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Suzuki, but I'm worried. He won't... Okay, it's all muffled. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding on. He can barely make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Hello? Is anyone there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? I'm gonna go myself. Got my hands full here. The call cuts out, the phone's going dead, and KK saying, oh, I should have fucking picked someone else in. Damn. Enough screwing around, Suzuki. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Suzuki. You're the monster. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago, the day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. What is the kid holding? Is that a whistle? The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel, and in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to his mouth and... Oh, what the fuck? At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. Stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration. It surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. What the fuck? That's the dude from Ghostwire that caused everything. As a monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Oh, okay, so the little yellow raincoat dude calls these guys. Got it. For two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 hit. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, defense. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 hits. Talisman that stops visitors from moving. It will be consumed on use. Okay, let's go with wind. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Let's go to fence. Barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Okay, so back to attack. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Go to fence again. Barrier appears in front of KK. Umbrella. Okay, its attack is deflected. The barrier. Okay. One is injured, one attacks. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. What? Huh? Did I mess up? I died? Oh, okay, so let's, okay. Let's go to Talisman. Okay, let's go. Umbrella visitors are frozen, please. Only one stunned talisman is left. Okay. Okay, so we gotta figure out how to do this. Prelude. Okay, attack again. Okay. Dodge. This one. I didn't think you could fail it because I was dodging. Okay, do the barrier again. And then wind. And he said, right? Injured. You're done. Okay. Oh, did it? Yes. Wind? Oh. Oh! Okay, that was pretty cool. The fight now over, the sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kifuda? This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it... Oh, okay, that is actually bright. Where the fuck? Rinko? God damn it, Rinko. Hey, this was the beginning. Erica! KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. Wait, is that him that they keep talking about? As KK comes to, he realizes that he's in the tunnel once again. No, still. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At the moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand, Ah. KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You fool! You run into a wall of Kiguri, and your instinct is to walk deeper into it. When you know we're on our way to help, listen, I know you listen. I'm not done yelling at your stupid ass for making me worry about you. Okay, but all of our instruments at HQ started going wild. We broke basically every traffic law in Tokyo twice to get here as quick as possible. And then we find an open sewer entrance, little Ryota peering down into this dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down there despite our best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. Sure, except so we take a look for ourselves. There's corruption in all directions. The whole place is absolutely soaking in spirit residue. It's like they're amassing an army beneath our feet and you go sniffing around alone. It's not. Maybe let her finish? First of all, you arrive stinking but unscathed, having been gone just long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there. That I would never see you alive again. Problem with disappearing into a dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you're gone after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more time she has to consider the things she'll shout at you when you return. Thanks for that tidbit, Ed. The things we've been through together, when you're in danger, it's as if I can feel it deep down, but there's nothing I can do. What if you had died? The thought of being haunted by you, of all people, I almost climbed down there to kill you myself. I'm sorry, should have waited. Don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. I value your friendship and support. I didn't hear that. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Suzuki isn't your best friend. He's your dog. Oh! Okay, that's cute as shit. But that's why there was no police report. That's why no one was looking for him, because it was a dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Suzuki tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez, who'd have thought that such a tough as nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Wait, there was a dog in the trailer. Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Oh, he's just scared of dogs. Okay. Don't be scared. Suzuki loves everyone. Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Okay, so it was his dog. I thought it was a person. Mr. KK, what an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite so formal as your full name. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, I've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out all these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Ooh, is there a price for helping you find that ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Oh, that's fucked. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Luckily for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. Feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hands. It says, the case of the cursed manhole, experimentation complete. KK. Extermination. Wow. Leaning over his shoulder, Wrinkle lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like. Not that I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK's not so bad. So I'm wondering if that detective is the spirit in the actual game. That explained nothing, by the way. I thought there was going to be more playing to it than just a bunch of reading. That 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 didn't explain nothing. But I think in one of the trailers I saw, I think KK is the spirit that gives you your powers in the game. And I do remember seeing a dog in one of the trailers too. But I will be able to play it in 5 days. So in 5 days, once it downloads and I'm able to actually play it and get it working, it might be a little bit more than 5 days. But once I get it, I'm able to download it and get it working, I will be streaming this, what seems like a very, very wonderful game. I'm gonna let this finish going through. Maybe there's something else. There's no music either. Yeah, because from the um it wasn't a trailer, they were actually showcasing some of the game. The character you play only has the powers because of a ghost. And I think that ghost is actually the detective from this. Yeah, and I'm not kidding anything on the game about the characters. Fire, wind, and water attacks are what you use in the game, and he had wind. Um, you can also block with the spectral shield to reduce damage taken. Time the shield just before impact to avoid all damage. Okay, so the dude that we saw stabbing us in this, they just call him Hanya. Hanya, like what the name of that mask is. And they call them visitors, not monsters. Not all of the spirits you meet are dangerous. Nico Mata, friendly feline shopkeepers, are open for business. Use resources you earn from saving spirits you earn by uploading spirits. Okay, so health ammo. Okay, so there's floating cat spirits. Oh. And then corrupt or cleanse the um Torii gates to clear the fog. Miasma is what they call the fog. Miasma. I'm wondering if they're going to actually tell us the names of the ghosts or visitors. Aw. Oh wow, this is an old article. It's 2022 and finally releasing. Okay, so the character we play, his name is Akito. Yeah, okay, so the character you play is Akito. That's the main character you're going to play, and then a KK, a spirit, contacts him, and both cooperate to battle the evil forces. So the dude from this, I guess he died or something, and that dude got his soul, and he is helping Akito. Okay, so this was a little bit of backstory on KK. That explains a little bit, but how'd he die is what I want to know. Hmm. This is a really long credit for a 30-minute thing. Holy shit. Uh, oh, this even says KK is a spirit detective. Okay, so the Hanya mask. Um, it's used in Japanese NOH theater representing a jealous female demon. It is characterized by two sharp bull-like horns, metallic eyes, and leering mouth. Okay, so it's supposed to be a female. Um, so the mask portrays the souls of women who have become demons due to obsession or jealousy, similar to the Buddhist concept of a hungry ghost. The oldest Hanya mask dates back to 1558. Holy shit. They have various concerns and stuff, but that's a dude wearing the mask. Hmm. Okay, this is really, really long. Um. Oh! Okay, so I've been reading a little bit about what people know about the game, but trying not to spoil it. So the people who made this made The Evil Within 2. Tango Gameworks. And I've played quite a few of their games. They have good games. But I did not know they made Evil Within 2. Um, okay, so people have disappeared all over Tokyo. Everyone but one person has disappeared in Tokyo. They say 99%, but that still leaves more than one person of the total population. With the people gone, the injury of creepy spirits are roaming the city. When they aren't sightseeing, now it's your job for some reason to figure out where everyone went and exorcise the city full of demons. Okay, so yeah, we know the release date. Um, uh, so there's literally not much about the game out. So you can do takedown moves or monsters from afar. Um, Yeah, there's not really much. Ooh, let's see if we can find the names of some of them. I probably won't be able to. Okay, so the three people that they have released the voice cast for and names for is Akito, or Akito, however you want to pronounce it, KK, and then Mari. So who's Mari? So the dude who voices KK, he's famous for his roles in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Fairy Tail, and Naruto. The person who voices Akito has been in Destiny 2, Genshin Impact, and the MMO Lost Ark. And then whoever voices Mari is known for her roles in Genshin Impact, New World, and Neo: The World Ends With You. And that is all we have for names. There is absolutely nothing else. Holy shit. Okay, I really want to let this play through, but this is going so slow. Can I speed it up at all? I don't want to press X or circle for... Ah, fuck, I pressed circle. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else. Alright, so that was the Corrupted Casefile. We will be back in a few days with the actual game. Really looking forward to that. I will catch you guys then.